The rain cascaded relentlessly outside, drumming a steady rhythm against the towering windows of the vast, desolate house. Within its walls, only two souls remained, Ryan and Emily. They had lived under the same roof for over a year now, ever since Emily's mother wed Ryan's father. Yet in all that time, they had never forged a bond. If anything, an invisible wall separated them, built on quiet tension, mutual avoidance, and a line neither dared to cross. But tonight felt different. Their parents had departed for a weekend business trip, leaving the sprawling estate in the hands of their two reluctant children, for the first time, truly alone. Emily lay curled on the living room sofa, thumbing through a book with deliberate disinterest, her eyes pointedly avoiding Ryan, who lounged across from her, idly scrolling through his phone. The silence between them pulsed like a third presence. "Storm's getting worse," Ryan murmured, glancing up at the light that flickered above Trem. Emily gave no reply. She never quite knew how to feel around him. There was something in the way he looked at her, something intense, unreadable, and almost too aware. And then, without warning, the house was plunged into pitch black. Emily let out a sharp gasp. "I'm here!" Ryan called out, his voice startlingly close now. She could hear him shift, the sound of his footsteps approaching. A few heartbeats later, the emergency lights flickered on, casting a pale, uneven glow across the living room. Ryan stood mere feet from her, his face half veiled in shadows. "The power's out. We should check the breaker," he said quietly. She hesitated, then rose reluctantly, following him toward the basement. The air grew colder as they descended, thick with dampness. Each step down felt like venturing deeper into something unknown. Ryan bent to examine the breaker panel. Emily shivered. "You cold?" he asked, his voice now gentler, softer. She nodded. Suddenly, the door at the top of the stairs slammed shut with a deafening bang. Emily jumped. Ryan turned, his jaw clenched. "That wasn't me," he said. Her breath caught. "Then who?" They were alone. Weren't they? Ryan pressed against the door. It wouldn't budge. "Stay close," he whispered, stepping protectively in front of her. Her heartbeat pounded in her ears as they crept through the dimly lit basement. She could feel his warmth beside her, the quiet synchronization of their breaths. Then something brushed her arm. She screamed. Ryan reached for her. "Relax. It's just an old curtain," he said, though his own voice was tense. Her chest heaved, still unconvinced. He sighed and gently pulled her closer. "You're shaking." "I just want to get out of here," she whispered. He cupped her face, his fingers lingering against her skin. "I won't let anything happen to you," he murmured. His touch seared. Emily swallowed, suddenly overwhelmed by the electricity between them. It felt dangerous. It felt real. Then, the faint sound of movement upstairs. Footsteps. Emily stiffened. "Someone's in the house." Ryan's expression darkened. "Stay here." "No," she said quickly, grabbing his wrist. "I'm not staying alone." He exhaled sharply. "Fine, but stay quiet." They climbed the basement steps in silence, every creaking floorboard amplifying the tension. In the dim light, a shadow shifted near the front door. Ryan instinctively pushed Emily behind him. "Who's there?" he demanded. No response. The shadow stepped closer. Emily gripped his arm tightly, her nails digging into his skin. The door swung open, and a drenched figure in a dark hoodie stood there, water dripping from the fabric like blood. Without hesitation, Ryan grabbed a nearby lamp and hurled it. The man dodged, but Ryan lunged, tackling him to the floor. A brutal scuffle ensued, punches landing, breathless grunts, the sounds of desperation and fury. Emily screamed, "Ryan!" aigu,